Hello everyone. Today we are here to discuss about Volkswagen of America managing IT priorities. My group members are Nalabol Shravan Kumar Reddy, Palal Anurag, Vinay Kumar Akula, Tejawal Vinay Kumar Nayak, Chikuri Shamant Kumar. So coming here to the important facts. Ferdinand Porsche designed the first Volkswagen automobiles during the 1930s in Germany. Volkswagen of America is mainly consisted of 10 business units. These proposed more than 40 projects with funding requirements with a total of $210 million. Few of the business units had suggested that new process endorsed by ELT, the executive leadership team, was too theoretical and noted that IT infrastructure projects had been treated separately. The company's signature platform by the 1940s was the Beetle, with its rounded styling and reliable cooled air engine became popular. After peaking in late 1960s, the patent sales North American subsidiary of Volkswagen settled into a trying cyclops and downs to break the cyclic patterns of sales. Executives kept concerned efforts to develop more proactive tendencies, and Dr. Brand, chairman, initiated a strategy of diversifying the product offering from Volkswagen Group companies. The strategy would create a portfolio that matched the global demand for vehicles. Gerd Class, CEO of Volkswagen of America, could see that the implication of product diversification strategy being developed in Germany would have a dramatic impact on US. Information technology was considered as a source of overhead to be kept at subsistence levels so that all available funds could be used in the market. Volkswagen entered into a 10-year agreement in 1992 with Parrot Systems. It is an IT services provider and it assumed responsibility for the maintenance and operation of IT production environment. In 1999, a new Volkswagen AG Group company was created in the United States, JEDAS USA. The USS, it is a US subsidiary of JEDAS AG. In 1999, Volkswagen of America set up e-business teams for purpose of creating digital marketing assets and interacting with customers in different ways. So we are here to discuss about the key issues. Some of the executives thought that the new process of priority management amounted to attempt by the IT department to drive business strategy. What steps can be taken to overcome in these kind of situations? The second key issue is what kind of steps can be followed for the growth in product offering and also the automotive sales of Volkswagen of America. The multi-year SAP implementation. This was a large project, but because of insufficient funds for the project, it would stretch 1 year. So what steps need to be taken to get these kind of projects funded? Coming to the key issue one, some of the executives thought that the new process of priority management amounted to an attempt by the IT department to drive a strategy. The steps or the actions that can be taken are to get rid of the situations. The manager should not think of their own projects, they should involve in the process. Managers need to take care in setting the priorities and setting up a business council. Coming to the course of action evaluation, managers should not only think of their own projects, but they should involve in the process. The pros and cons of this course of action are the project becomes transparent and everyone will be responsible for the outcome. Most effective results can be seen. These are the pros. The cons: heavy maintenance costs for the developed projects, and managers need to take care in setting their priorities. The pros here are it leads to an improved IT project at the end of the process. Through project proposals, we can even see the improvement in performance. The cons are there may be a chance of missing Some of the innovative projects: setting up a business council. Pros: helps us at the time of categorizing the projects, assessing their impact. Helps us to find out dependencies among the projects. It requires Coming to cons, it requires skilled people, so it may become as an extra revenue for the company. Out of these key, out of these course of actions, I would recommend uh, a manager should involve in the process instead of doing their own projects, because, as given in the context, as given in the case study, some of the business units observed that none of the projects get funded, and they assumed the process was too theoretical and did not even know the process. It's unfair. It affects the working relationships. So the manager should involve in the process, because the outcome will be more effective, and even the own projects also gets funded depending upon the priority of impact. And the key issue two, the multi-year SAP implementation. This was a large project, but because of insufficient funds, this project it would stretch one more year. So what steps need to be taken to take care of these projects, or to take care about the funds of these projects? Alternative course of actions for this issue. Only the project which have global importance should get funded first. Should bring process and planning together by creating a PMO, Program Management Office. IT department should be restructured and centralized at the corporate level. COE evaluation. Projects having global importance should get funded first. The pros: effective funding, effective type of funding will be assured. No need to depend upon funds of other projects or other alternative resources. Helps in growth of sales of company. The cons: even in case the project fails, if the new process managing the site process priorities will be criticized, company will not be able to fund the project which is at first. Should bring process and planning together by creating a program management office. Pros: weekly status reports and monthly budget reviews for all the projects can be known. Helps in relating company goals to projects. Planning before the project execution phase can be done with the help of this program management office. Cons: difficulties will be faced while prioritizing the projects. Validation of strategic relevance will be challenging. The coming to the course of action number three, IT department should be restructured and centralized at the corporate level. The pros of these course of action are projects like supply chain can be addressed with which are critical and can be responsible. It can be responsible for improved business architecture, formalized prioritization process. And the cons: requires time and resources for the restructure of IT. If the strategy does not work, it would be a drastic change in the company's history. Projects having global importance should get funded first. This is the recommended course of action I would suggest. I would recommend. Uh, to get each and every project completely funded, or if it should not stop during its process, it's better to fund projects first that are having global importance. They should see the impact of each project, and then they should get funded according to the priority, or else, as given in the document, it would be the one which is poorly served to the process. So I recommend to issue funds to the projects having global importance or the global impact. The issue three: what kind of steps can be followed for the growth in product offering and also the automotive sales of Volkswagen of America? Alternative course of actions for these key issues are um, need to get support from e-business teams for marketing and globalizing. Should stay in touch with customers all the time. Company should not maintain any old infrastructure having limited capabilities. Getting support from e-business teams. The pros and cons. Coming to the pros, with the help of these teams, it is easy to market through online media. We can develop relationships with third-party providers for the need of development. We can restructure the idea environment to support the growth in product offering. Cons. It's one of the costly thing to maintain these teams and the online website. Security concern is one of the issue as so much data is exposed to e-business team. Staying in touch with all the customers all the time. Pros. Customers can feel free and friendly while choosing their preferred product. Company need not to invest more to advertise through different kinds of media. The cons. There is a chance of people getting confused about the different section. Need more for need more people for marketing and globalizing. Company should not maintain any old infrastructure having limited capabilities. The pros. New infrastructure helps in addressing the IT products easily. Customer will be able to access a lot of information, improves performance through proposing the project in detail. The cons. Need to invest a high amount of money. New infrastructure can be a disadvantage when company goes through a significant change. Getting support from e-business teams is the recommended course of action. It helps in advertising or marketing in a creative way with customers through online. Um, there are these are also responsible for the relationship with their own external stakeholders for the development and maintenance of projects. It should be set up in every organization of Volkswagen for the need of development. It also helps in sharing information with customers on the web publication. Thank you, everyone.